Hello everyone, it's me, Andrew Lewis, the Shit Flick Critic. I uploaded a video yesterday just elaborating on my absence over the last about a year and a half, why I haven't made any more videos. And I've just been blown away with all the support that I've been given by my subscribers. And I didn't know what kind of reception I was going to get when I uploaded it, but the fact that you're all just so supportive and so understanding, I just thought I'm just going to upload a video just with my story about the Shit Flick Critic and how I got to this point where I'm at now, just so you guys have a better understanding. And also, I just want to talk about stuff that I feel it needs to be spoken about. And if any of you out there are suffering from the same things, maybe just create like an open forum where we can all talk about it. Because the last couple of years of my life have been very tricky, and I'm going to try not to make this just a whinging session. For those of you who don't know what whinge is, a complaining session. I just want to just sort of get out everything that's happened so you understand better where I'm at. So when I uploaded the video last year saying that I was going to start working on my music, I was living with my dad at the time in Australia. And as you can see in the video, I was overweight, I was super depressed, and I didn't really know why until I found out that my dad is actually a narcissist. So my dad has spent his entire life, up till now, basically emotionally abusing me and constantly reminding me of how lazy he thinks I am and how I'll never do anything. And he just saw my pursuit of music as just this big joke, that it was like a phase, like being emo or something. Like, oh yeah, your music thing. Oh yeah, well, whatever. So you can see how up until this point in my life, I never thought that music was something I could do because no one had ever told me that it was. I just believed everyone. It was just like, oh yeah, no one's ever successful in music. Don't even try it. And plus, you're not that good anyway, so just don't do it. So, it's taken me a lot of guts to kind of ignore all that and to just go, you know what? I love it. I want to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I think back to when I made my first Shit Flick Critic episode, that was in the beginning of 2015, I was at about the lowest point in my life I'd ever been. I was suffering really heavy from anxiety and depression to the point where I couldn't even hold a job because my anxiety was getting in the way of my work. Like, it was basically it's a liquor store. In Australia, we've got drive-through liquor stores. And people would ask for alcohol, and because of my anxiety, I couldn't concentrate, and I'd keep giving them the wrong thing, and then that would cause me to worry. So then the next one, I'd get it wrong again and again, and I had a really unforgiving boss, and he just thought I was this big joke. And I started arriving late for work more because I honestly just didn't want to get out of bed in the morning because my anxiety and depression was so bad. So yeah, he eventually fired me because he thought I was lazy, and then after that, I just could not find work for about 6 months. And I remember sitting down on a couch one day and just thinking, that's it. This is my life now. I'm never going to do anything I want to do because of me. I've ruined my life by being this big, lazy sack of shit. And then this little thing went off in my mind that just went, what about this bad review show that you were thinking about doing on YouTube? I'd been to film school. I knew how to edit and all this stuff. Just give it a try. And yeah, so one day I just thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. So I think I started with the Shit Flick Critic. I started with the opening titles. And they just looked good. And and I actually wrote the song first. It started, again, me musically. It started with the song, then it went with the opening titles. And then it was just like, oh, this might actually work. So then I wrote the script, and I spent a lot of time working on it, and I had no expectations. I just want to prove to myself that I am capable of doing something and not totally fucking it up. Because at that point in my life, I was convinced that I just couldn't do anything. So I made this video, and then it started out with 150 views, and I just thought, yep. And then I just kept getting more and more views, and it was just so good because all of a sudden I had all the support, and I was just so happy to see that I'd done something and it had worked out. And then all of a sudden this thing came over me like, well, now you have to make more. And the problem with the Shit Flick Critic was I kind of never really wanted to do another episode, but all these people started watching my room video, and I just kind of felt obligated to make a second one. And unfortunately, my anxiety and my depression still hadn't really gone away. So while I was making these next episodes, I was just constantly worrying about, is it going to be any good? Are people going to like it? I was so uncomfortable in front of the camera. Like, all of the shots that I look at now with me in it, I'm glad they all look good. But really, like, I was just so uncomfortable, and messing up while talking to camera used to bother me so much, to the point where I'd almost put myself in a panic attack. And I remember one of my episodes, Manos, The Hands of Fate. I'd just gotten to Vancouver, and that was a particularly bad time in my life. I was drinking really heavily. My Uncle Bob had just died. And every time I screwed up, it bothered me even more. And I remember I made a blooper reel because I kind of thought me stressing over making mistakes was funny. And I showed it to someone, and they did find it funny. And I remember uploading it, and I got like 3 dislikes immediately. And someone said, they're like, you need to deal with your stress because this isn't healthy. And like, I mean, like, what it would be me sitting down talking, and I'd make a mistake and just go, oh. Like, I just couldn't handle making a mistake, and it wasn't funny. And I deleted the blooper reel immediately, because when that person made that comment, it made me realize, oh, actually, I shouldn't be showing people how much making mistakes actually bothers me. So yeah, and then I kept trying to make new episodes, but the stress of making them just made me not want to do them all the more. So I started procrastinating, and then, just always this thought at the back of my head, like, remember, there's that episode you have to make. So sometimes episodes would take longer than others because the anxiety would just prevent me from doing another one. And but then at the end of 2016, I stopped drinking, and I started going to the gym, and I got all this newfound enthusiasm, and I went right back into the Shit Flick Critic. That was when I made Food Fight, the Food Fight review, and I felt really good. And I made a few, and they were great. And then I went traveling, and the girl I was with, we broke up, and my enthusiasm just plummeted again, and I didn't want to make another episode. And that was pretty well, that was when I made the Miami Connection episode. And I was in that video, I'm in a basement in Vancouver. The basement had bed bugs. I had water leak on me at night. It really wasn't a good environment to be making a video in. And I did it anyway. And I know when I look at myself in that video, I'm covered in sweat because I was in this basement, and it was just so hot and so uncomfortable. And it made me delivering the lines even harder, and it made my anxiety even worse. So, where am I now? This year, after finding out that my dad was a narcissist and he'd been systematically destroying my confidence since I was younger, I broke away from him, and I came to New Zealand. And again, just been focusing on me and what I want. And I've been toying with the idea of maybe doing another Shit Flick Critic, but just like how I made the first Shit Flick Critic to prove to myself that I could, that's why I want to do music now, to prove to myself that I am capable of doing it, and that I can do it, and I really want to do it, and I'm so passionate about it. And it's that passion that drives me. And like, I love the Shit Flick Critic, and again, the fact that it became as known as it, I mean, it's not 2 million subscribers, but it just exceeded all of my expectations, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm just happy to leave that in time now. And I know you all want other episodes, but the truth is, I don't really want to be the Shit Flick Critic. I want to be a musician. I want to be Andrew, but that was a really good thing to do when it happened. And also, where I'm at now, I've stopped drinking again. I started drinking back in 2017, and I just started gaining weight, and my anxiety and depression came back. I haven't been drinking now for almost a year. I've stopped eating carbs and sugar, so I've lost a ton of weight. For the first time in my life, I'm just feeling so positive about everything and what I can do and what I can achieve, and just ignoring everyone's pessimism and everyone's negativity, and just going, nope, this is what I want to do. So it feels really good. And so yeah, that's where I'm at now. And I just want to just keep this feeling, and just keep feeling positive, because I feel like if I just follow this positivity, it will take me somewhere I really want to go. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was interesting. If any of you out there are suffering from anxiety and depression, please put a comment below if you need any tips, because for the first time in my life, my anxiety just is barely existent. I can get up on a stage now and play music and just not care. There was a time in Vancouver when I was doing stand-up and my anxiety was so bad that it was just terrible. I'd get up on the stage and I'd have my microphone and I'd be trying to talk, and because my anxiety was so bad, I couldn't think properly, and the words came out wrong and the jokes were bad and there was no laughter, and then my anxiety just snowballed bigger and bigger. Now I can just get up on the stage and I just feel fine, and that's what I want to do. So that's really all I have to talk about right now. And again, just put some comments in the comment section if you have anything to elaborate on. But yeah, 2019 is going to be a huge fucking year. I can feel it. Things are going to happen. And I'm really excited about it. So thank you for listening, and hope everything's well, and I'll talk to you later.